So we are now here with Jody Hayward, and she is the Executive Director of the Port Royal Sound Foundation, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the foundation. But before we do that, I just want to touch base on what's behind us, because this is kind of a newer addition, I think, here, and it's a gorgeous space where you can have an event.
Thank you. Yep, this is the WHHI Educational Pavilion. We built it a couple of years ago to really have a great space to be able to house things like our field trips and to have a place where kids can enjoy being outside but also have the cover. And then also we have a number of events throughout the year where we host those in the pavilion. And then also other organizations and individuals can rent the pavilion for their own events. So it's been a great addition to our campus. We're right in the middle of the area, the county, so it's accessible, you know, from all sides of the Broad River.
Yeah. Well, we touched a little bit on what the foundation does with Chris, but tell us a little bit more what your mission is, what you're hoping to accomplish, and how people can help you accomplish that mission.
Yeah, the Port Royal Sound Foundation is the only organization that's solely focused on the Port Royal Sound. And so our mission is to help conserve the Port Royal Sound. And we do that through education and research, which really results in that conservation piece. And so education is where we really started, of doing things like having field trips, bringing kids in, being a resource for teachers, being a resource for our residents to learn more about the beautiful environment where they live. And so we really concentrated on that education piece for our first 7-8 years, but then we really noticed a need for more research, more monitoring of the Port Royal Sound to make sure that we're keeping it clean and healthy.
Right.
So many people are moving to this area, and we just want to make sure that great decisions are being made in the watershed and that the Port Royal Sound is part of that decision, that we're not doing things to negatively impact one of the reasons why people move here.
Right. And Grant, you at the Boathouse are a sound steward, as they would call you. Tell us why that's important for you.
Well, so first of all, it's a beautiful area, right? And then through time, you know, just through life and living, you realize that things get taken away from you.
Yeah.
Through just development, not anybody's fault one way or the other, but how do you put your development and your lifestyle and focus on that? Well, when you meet Jody and you understand what her mission is and what she's trying to accomplish here, then you understand that this is a place for us to put our efforts into. Education is everything. If you understand what's going on around you, if you have the science behind it to understand what's going around you, all those things, and all of that is part of what's here. And so having to be part of that is very important to us.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, it certainly is a worthy organization. I have had a fascinating day here. Thank you for sharing all about it with us. I think it's important to mention, which I don't think I have yet, but it is free to the public to come and see this amazing space and learn all these wonderful things that we learned today. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much.
Well, as always, Grant, we've had a wonderful adventure today. Thank you so much for bringing us here to the Maritime Center and sharing it with us. It's been fabulous.
This is actually pretty cool, and it was busy today too, right? There are a lot of groups and stuff like that, so you know that it's doing its job.
It is doing its job, and you know, it is a wonderful afternoon. If you haven't been here, make sure you do get to the Maritime Center. It is free to the public, as I think I mentioned before. Grant, thank you as always again for the wonderful adventure, and we will see you next time on the Water.